at me, what is the first thing you see? To many, the first thing they notice are my ears. Uninformed, they believe my ears are an example of punk or alternative culture. However, this history dates back before our time and is prominent in different cultures. Body modifications are a cultural symbol in different walks of life, such as the Maya civilization, which represented strength and status, and in Ethiopia, which presented a girl coming to age, status, and beauty. I've been stretching my ears for over 8 years now and studying the history, and with this presentation, I aim to show you a little more about the culture. The Maya civilization brought body modifications into their traditions thousands of years before it became popular in the 21st century. In the article titled Maya Hidden World Revealed, Maya Body Modifications, Arthur Serena Celeri, no date, intern for the Maya exhibit studying culture anthropology, what that Mayans believed in different gods and used a process of body modifications to please this god and display their strength. One of the examples they do was scarification. Scarification is the art process of cutting the body into design, which will later show after it's healed. And this, when they did this process, it was to display their strength because they couldn't show pain in the process. The Mayans would pick this design in reference to an animal that related to a certain god, and then the bloodshed in the process will act as a sacrifice, making the whole thing spiritual for them. Another modification the Mayans practiced was lip and earlobe stretching. Piercings was a tradition for them that not only pleased the god, but allowed their whole tribe to see their transformation, which is very beautiful in my opinion. The Mayans used jade or obsidian jewelry, and how this process works, they start with initial piercing, like how normals do, a very small one, and they attach the jewelry to a rod with the stone, and the weight of the stone over time stretches the ear, because the weight, the gravity pulls it down, and then in time, it will be the size of the stone. And that's how that works. And in the article called Maya Civilization, published by the Canadian Museum of History, no date, they also confirmed the statement that bloodshed was a key ritual tied to the art of body modifications, and it was believed that the blood sacrifice will return a reward from their god. So in all the scarifications, piercings, blood was shed in each form, and in Mayan culture, bloodshed and sacrifices in general was used to please their god, to just get a reward, sometimes, food, prosperity, all that different type of stuff. Another example would be the Ethiopian tribe of Masuri women. They adapted body modifications into their culture way before it became mainstream today. In an article called Africa and Amazonia, Medical Implications and Cultural Determinants, Arthur Gave, editors, 2016, states that modifications of the lip and earlobes were done since the 1800s. So this is long have been embedded into our history. In the Mercy tribe, young women coming to age began the traditional process of lip and ear stretching. This relatively probably around the time that they get their first period, and they will continue it out. Will probably last like 2 years, the stretching, until they get its maximum size. So again, with the same things related to the Mayans, they start with the initial small piercing, and then over time they put bigger and bigger plates in till it goes to the maximum size. And some women would even remove the bottom teeth here so that they could get a bigger plate into their mouth. However, unlike the Maya civilization, the Masuri women carried this tradition to enhance their beauty and self-worth. So not more so spiritual as the Mayans. Similar to the Mayans though, the Masuri women believed that with the elongation of their lip and ears, it would make them closer resemblance to the birds. The birds that was close to them was spoonbills, which are like really cute. Spoonbills are the birds that have the big mouth here, which I think is really cool that they like tie animals to their traditions. The larger the woman had their lip plate or their ear stretched will mean the more value or more attractiveness she has, and they will use this when it comes to marriage, similar to today, how where in different cultures you have to offer money to the parents. It's the same thing, like the more bigger lip plate is, the more attractive she is, the more cows she'll get in return for marriage. And this is a history that shapes us today. So in conclusion, the Mayans and the Missouri women, they adapted all these traditions of body modifications and art forms to please their gods, to increase their self-worth.